All right, we're live, everyone.
Hello and hello and welcome to Soul's Fireside Chat. Someone needs to mute. Hello and welcome to Soul's Fireside Chat. I'm Tressa, and if the other ladies could introduce themselves.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Tamar Aziz Sewa, founder of the Womb Sauna.
Hey y'all, it's Debbie Maisha, and I promise you I'm coming on soon. I just wrapped up another meeting, but I'm gonna get on camera real quick. But I'm here.
It is definitely a busy
Okay.
Saturday morning.
All right.
I'm also going to join everyone just shortly. My name is Simi B, and I am the creator of Shifting Out Loud and Company.
And Tasha, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, everyone. I'm Tasha Ariel. I am tech support today, and I'll be in the background.
Okay. And again, I should introduce myself. I'm sorry. I'm Tressa, and welcome to Soul's Fireside Chat. I am the creator of SOUL, which stands for Sensually Empowered Woman. SOUL is really about allowing women to tap deeper into their sensual side. We're talking about how we emerge ourselves and how we tap into our power to live a more fulfilled life using pleasure through adult play. And so I am grateful that all of you came in today. So came about, it's this third year for the retreat. It came about a couple years ago. And for me, it started with me. I remember thinking, I was probably in my mid 50s. I'm 62 now. And I kept thinking, I just kind of shifted along in life. You know, you can kind of pretend when you got children because you're always doing something, but when they're gone, and you come to work every day and then you come home and you work out and you go to work and you kind of got this same routine, and one day you look up and you wonder, where is time gone? And so as I began to explore more things about myself, I began to understand for me that pleasure was medicine, and that was the medicine that I needed, and I wanted to offer that to other women. So again, so has been 3 years. This is the third year for the retreat. um, So what I did is wanted to give anybody that had an opportunity to ask questions. There are a couple women that have been attending SOUL for, I think, all 3 years. And then there's some that have, just came in a couple times. But everybody here can answer any questions that you may have. And I want you to feel free to answer questions. I'm also asking the ladies on, and I call them my host with me because I love them all, and we all hosting today, that if you'll just tell why you chose to be here today, why you said yes to soul, why you understand that pleasure is medicine and it's something that we all need as women, why you would suggest to other women to come. And one of the things I also want to say, and we'll talk a little bit more about this later, is that everyone will be on site. So all these beautiful women here today will literally be on site in Arizona this year. And so we have a lot of amazing things going on. But right now, I just want to start off with, okay, Tamer. Well, I was getting ready to start with you, but I'll start with Maisha. Maisha, tell me a little bit about your experience, because you've been with us both times, and you're coming back this year, and why you feel like it's important, and why you keep saying yes, and some of the things that you feel like the ladies experienced and that you experienced, and why you say yes, so is important.
Let me unmute myself. Hi, y'all. Hey, it's so good to be on camera amongst these beautiful,
Hey.
beautiful women. Hey. Yes, it's been a Saturday. One of the things that, and I told this to Tressa at the retreats. Man, is this the third one? Wow. And we don't have enough play we don't have enough play in our lives as Black women. We have reached this space where we have more opportunities in front of us than we have ever had in the past. We are the fastest growing demographic when it comes to entrepreneurship and getting our education, and we're doing all the right things, but we're doing them still. It feels like from a place of survival. I won't go back to where my mother was, where my grandmother was. I'm going to have more, which is beautiful, but it feels like we're leaving play and pleasure behind in the pursuit of all of the other things. And this affects so many areas of our life, our womb health, right? Which is why Tama's here. It affects our mental health. It affects our relationships, our ability to be orgasmic, to open up, to receive, because we're so busy trying to get. And I haven't seen a retreat like this where women can come and focus on pleasure and play and remember who we were before dot and all of that, and to bring some of that childlike wonder into our grown woman time, to bring some of that childlike wonder into the space where we can combine the wisdom with that and really begin to create from that space. So that's why I love these retreats. That's why I told Tressa I'm here to come back as often as she has them. I really believe that this is something that's very important for us as Black women, is to remember how to play.
Thank you. All right. So, okay. I don't know if there's a law. Okay. So, did you finish? Because I couldn't tell. I'm so sorry. There sounds like there's a law on my end. I really appreciate that because this is very important. Black women don't play enough, and I think, like you said, sometimes we just feel like the more we do, the more we do, the more we do. We put out the do, and we've forgotten. And I remember asking my niece, and I asked my daughters, man, sometimes girls can be the hardest. Like I said, hey, what was the thing growing up and how did you see me? And I never can get mad because my niece said, Auntie, when I came to your house, you were like the furniture. Nothing stood out about you. And I kind of just was just doing the thing and the kids grow up. And I finally come full circle to face that that's really kind of how it was. There was not, I mean, I had started taking a few trips, things that I thought that would, but really had not began to delve deeply into things that really make me happy, what would really bring me joy and what would satisfy me. And even when I started on this journey, because I love to work with women, I think initially it was all about let me do something. I still was into this doing, and to make things. I guess I felt like to try to make things right for everybody, and that even became a burden. And so, for me, yeah, it's just so much around this thing that we got to play. So I'm going to give Tama a chance to talk, and we'll get to other things. But Tama, tell me, what made you say yes? Now you weren't on site, but you taught the ladies, and women do not forget you. Twice, the last two times you came through Zoom, but you'll be with us. Tell me why you said yes again.
Well, everybody knows how much I love Tressa and how much Tressa loves me. So, first off, anytime you ask me to serve anything that you're doing, it's a yes for me. It's not even a regular yes. It's like a hell yes, right? Because I know what the cost of your oil is, and I know how important your assignment is. And I do believe that tribe life is the advantage. So that's number one. I am a sensually empowered woman. And so I feel like I belong at the retreat for them. I just feel like I'm supposed to be in that space.
Yeah.
Secondly, I have found God in my flesh. I don't see pleasure and my spiritual power as two separate things. They are one. Matter of fact, I cannot truly exercise my power without pleasure. So I agree with my sisters that as a black woman in America who has been programmed through different things like religion, the conservative kind, patriarchy, and all of these systems
Mm-hmm.
that tax my adrenals, tax my hairline. I'm trying to keep my edges. I'm trying to keep my skin glowing. I'm trying to make sure that I can still pop, lock, drop it, and pick it up. Right? That's my goal. I don't just want to drop it. Okay. I want to be like 99.9 years old, and y'all like Tamer is still working a day to keep the stress away. That is my value system. I don't like the idea of using my physical body every day, but not nourishing it with pleasure. And the data and science shows that women who prioritize living pleasurable and sensual lives have lower incidence of dementia, arthritis, high blood pressure. Like, this isn't a theory or a trend. The same way you take care of your physical, your mental, emotional health, you also need to take care of your sexual health. And black women and all women, truthfully, because we serve everyone, no one is excluded. But all women need to understand what that means. The same way when you was a kid, your mama had to teach you how to wash the back of your neck, right? Like you have to learn what you don't know. And sometimes we don't know what we don't know about pleasure. So I bring the vibration of the Holy Mother. I bust women wide open in a very sacred, spiritual way with my energy and my teachings. And I can't wait. I can't believe it's been 3 years, but I can't wait to come in year three in person. The internet won't get in my way. I get to come in person and just sow this energy. So thank you again for inviting me back.
Tressa, you're on mute. Tressa, unmute.
Well,
There you
thank
go.
y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just talking. Am I? Okay, so look. So Tamer, if they don't know now, they all do. I absolutely love you too. And have always loved you. And so I appreciate who you are as a woman. And it's, I won't say it's ironic, but because of all the trauma I've had, I tended always, even as a younger, just to gravitate to women that I thought, I don't think I thoroughly understood that what I saw in them was in me. So the majority of them first 50 years, I was always trying to imitate somebody. I didn't think I was enough. I didn't know how to be enough. And then but over a period of time, I began to understand that what I had and who I was enough. And what I saw in women, it wasn't that I wanted to be like them. No, let me change that. It wasn't that I wanted to be them, but parts of them, they began to show me parts of me. And Tama has done a lot of that for me. Like she saw me, she called that what she saw forth. And for that, I am very grateful. And so I definitely want to say thank you, Tama. And Tama, yes, I am so grateful because one of the things she loves to do is twerk. And I asked her to teach me when she comes. One, because we're going to have so much fun. You know, there's
I'm on it. I'm
this is a
on
chance
it.
for me to kind of drop
There will be some isolations,
you on
and I will make sure that I teach you.
all right now. Okay. Um, so I want to drop a few things in. We had The first one we had a PJ party, so that's something that we plan to have again. Um, we Maisha the first year taught us a dance. I didn't do so well with that. I didn't do so well, but I tried. I know you over there. I see you laughing. I tried. But some of the things that we do, we have sisterhood. We have a vegan chef that comes in is going to be feeding us. We had coaches and classes and a boudoir photo shoots. So I just wanted to drop in that while we're doing all these things, we're still learning. The first 2 years, one of the things that the women absolutely love was Simi, which this is gonna help me to transition to her. But Simi did body work. This year she won't be doing body work. She'll be doing something different. So everything that we do it with keeping the women in mind to heighten our senses. And she began to work the women's bodies and do different things. And so with keeping that expectation in mind, when the women come, this year we have some similar things planned, but it is all for the same purpose: pleasure, empowerment, and waking up our senses, elevating our voice, where we can be able to ask for what we want, when we want it, and how we want it. And you cannot do that if you don't know. If you don't know, I find that the women who have mostly come to Soul have been probably anywhere, if you do a medium, around in the mid 40s. I think women kind of gravitate in that way because, to be honest, a lot of us, and I was one of us, and now I'm 62, and I'm trying to spread this message. We don't have to be 62 um, and superficially doing things that still don't light us up because we think it's all about the physical body look, or just in general, just not living our best life because we feel like it's passed us up. And so when I stopped grieving about all the time I wasted because I couldn't get it back, I'm on a mission to revolutionize pleasure in my life and women, and to show women that it can. And so one of the things that I want everybody listening to is these women here have said yes to come on and um, help me to do this, because we don't have to give up just because we've had children, just because life has not been what we wanted it to be. I can truly say that I've gone through a lot of trauma, still working through it, but have done a lot of work. But I decided to transmute, as they say, that shit. I decided to start focusing on what I wanted than what I didn't want, and pleasure is what I want in my life. And so this gives me an opportunity to keep identifying it for me and allowing you to identify it for you. We give gift baskets, all kind of yummy, yummy, yummy things. So with that, Simi, how would you like to speak?
Well, I might as well just say ditto to everything, to be honest with you. Listening to you, I'm loving your aura this morning. I'm loving listening to Devi, Maisha, and Tama Aziz Sarah. I'm loving it. I'm receiving what you guys are admitting, and I'm just so in love with you guys and what you do. And I say yes to so, because
Thank
I
you.
remember being on the phone with Tressa, and I said, Tressa, I'm going to just be real with you. I am a sensually empowered woman. Not because you created it, because that is how I connect with the world around me, with the God within me, how I eat, how I speak, the way that I relate to others is sensual. I love variety. So when you bring play into it, oh my gosh, right? One of my spirit animals is a monkey and a chipmunk. And so we like to get away
Whoa.
from certain responsibilities that we own so that we can relax into our receptive state, so that we can just be free to be who we are, enjoy life, the things that we quickly pass by, and even
Mhm.
as sometimes neglect because we're busy being so many things, a mother, a wife, a lover, a auntie, a sister, whatever you name it. But through
Yes.
this process, in working with you, Tressa, and also with the facilitators, is that when you come to soul, you begin to understand that there is nothing you have to sacrifice and give up for what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, what keeps you in integrity with yourself. And we tell ourselves these things. We tell ourselves, okay, I have to give this up and I have to take this on and I have to go without just to feel love. Just shit, do whatever what makes you happy, right? Live your life according to the beat of your own drum. And one of the things I realized through this process is, oh shit.
Right.
That's what I
Right.
told myself. That's not true.
Yes.
You don't have to give up
No,
nothing.
it's not.
You don't have to sacrifice nothing. And so that is really about coming into the true calling of who you are as a goddess from all angles, and how we also communicate. Debbie Maisha spoke to this, and Tressa, you spoke to this communication, communicating your wants, your desires, and your requirements. You understand, right? And so that's all about, being a pioneer over your life. That's why I chose soul. That's why I keep
Yeah.
coming back. And when Tressa asked me to do this, and as we begin to learn and discover different things about ourselves and what we could bring to soul, I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt like another spirit took possession of me and said, "You doing this? You don't actually completely know all the reasons why, but you're doing this." And when she called, the answer is yes. Okay. And that has what it's been for me. Tressa has really strengthened my confidence in sisterhood. And just being with her has helped me to connect with other sisters that are a part of the retreat, as well as the facilitators. And the person that I was last year, I'm not this year. I would have been just kind of solo. I'm good. But I came out of that shell. And I realized that when you are ready to align with the higher version of yourself, there will be people there to meet you and help you continue the rest of the way. So that is my testimony. And one more thing I forgot to share with people, I was doing the body work, and I know that was a huge demand, right? Helping women to connect with their bodies and to also release the issues they keep in their tissues, right? That was my time to really nurture the women and really show them that they deserve to take the time that they need and the time that they want to care for themselves. Self-care and hygiene is so important. But this year, I'm bringing something different. We're going to be working with journal keeping. We're going to be working with the communication of writing. Because this year, when it comes to connecting with the body and when it comes to really, really connecting with the sensual sense of who you are, I'm actually putting myself first this year. So I'm bringing something else to the
Somebody needs
table.
to.
I'm bringing something else to the table. And along with that, I'm also being an example of taking care of my needs as well. And there you have it.
Thank you. Uh, y'all don't know I'm about to cry over here, but I love all of y'all. It's amazing. It's interesting how I met Tamer at another retreat. She came to be a part of it, and I fell in love with her. I met Maisha through another sister. I asked her to do something, and she introduced me to Maisha. And you would have thought me and Maisha have known each other for years, and it's been about 4 or 5 years, and we bonded right away, and we became extremely close, and we rooted for each other. I'm rooting for her still now, and she was rooting for me back then, where we both was just kind of starting on our paths, but she kept rooting for me, and I keep rooting for her, and I love her. um the first time she came to the retreat was the first time I had met her. I had never met her in person. We had just become sisters, and had been sisters through Facebook, and maybe talking on the phone for a couple years, and that was it. And she's sister of my sister. She's sister of my heart. I love her too. And Simi, my bougie sister. Simi and I have this thing. I call her Miss Bougie, and she called me Miss. What do you call me? Something Miss Church Sister or Church Minister or something.
Church wife,
Church
church
Minister's
wife.
wife. Church wife.
Especially with the pearls on. She's the minister's wife.
These purple pearls. She said yes, yes, and so that's what she calls me. So, and I had things. I had went to a couple things that Jay English had, and I'd seen Simi once or twice there, and we talked and laughed and kept it moving. Who knew that our bond would become one of sisters? But I'm grateful because I believe in community, and I have to tell y'all, you ladies are reminding me of how my a desire of mine has manifested, because before soul was ever a thought in my mind, maybe it was in the universe that I didn't know it yet, but I knew that I wanted to do something with women. Like I said, I was starting to come out from under this cloud, and I remember I want to start something. I want to work with women, and I started a book club. But even in my mind for the book club, I felt like I could learn more from a group of women than I could by myself. And so everything that I started to do and bringing women together, I always felt like for those of us who felt like we were left behind, or because of our trauma, whatever it may be, somehow we miss things, we would get more out of it as a group. And so today I'm grateful for having a host of sisters that I can love on and that loves on me in return. Same thing for Tasha. Tasha has been like my VA for maybe 2 years now. And when I first met Tasha, she just kind of said she felt drawn to me. She first started off as doing something for voices. She used to come in and teach, and then she just felt connected. And so I'm grateful for being able to do that, because that's something that I truly believe in, that sisterhood, we need each other. And a woman that says she doesn't need another sister has a lot of trauma, because we need each other, and it's important. And I feel like what happens is, because when I used to have the circle, I used to call it the womb, and I feel like we nurture each other, and that you nurture me, I nurture you. You help me birth the it's not a literal baby maybe, but you help me birth what's coming out of me. I'm helping you, and we're midwifing each other. And I don't know where I would be today if it had not been for sisterhood. I needed that in my life. Latanya was one of the young ladies that came to Soul, and I'm going to give her an opportunity to talk about. She was one of the participants. Tanya, you eating? She was one of the participants from last year. I was about to call you. Yes.
I'm good,
So,
Ma. I was just a banana. It was a banana. I
you
was
want
a
to?
written. Um, Initially, when you
Okay, you
invited
want to
me
talk
to,
about your experience?
yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I think there's just a little delay on her end, but we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. So initially, when my mom proposed this to me, Financially, I wasn't able to go, so we made a deal. But I was like, I don't know if I want to go even with the deal. I'm not interested in hanging out with a bunch of females. Um, Not because I didn't like it, but it's not something I'm used to. When I was growing up, I hung out with my cousins or a group of my guy friends. And the people that I normally hung out with, female who were close to me, were only family members. They weren't people I really knew. But when I found out my issue was going, I was like, oh, I've known her. I really want to meet her in person. And then Simi, I had heard of you. I had never met you. My mom used to talk about you on and off, and she was like, she's really cool. And then Tama, my mom used to talk about all the time. So I was like, okay, this might be better than I expected. Uh, I found more triggers than I thought I had when I was on that trip. I found that I could be at peace in a group of females just as much as I could at home. I mean, by myself. I also realized that people can root for you silently. They don't always have to be in your face. You just know the energy they give off. They're there for you. They're not always trying to talk about you behind your back. Because as you grow up, you have your aunties and your uncles. Your aunties are people who have been disillusioned by the female bonding, telling you don't trust females. They're always after you. They're always going to try to take from you. And then you grow up with that subconscious paradigm. So you're less worried of men who actually can do more damage than females sometimes. So the first time I went, my mom, I was starting doing creative things, and my mom asked me to make the soul glasses, the soul shot glasses, and she said, "Hey, I'm going to give you the name of a goddess of every single person here, and can you also make them a goddess glass?" And I was like, "Well, some people may not like it, so I don't think I want to do it." She's like, just do it for me. So I did it for her. Everybody liked it. This I enjoyed the first one too because it was just relaxation, and we laughed so much. And then we did the at the end we did the I don't know, we lit candles and then we did a prayer. I think it was for everybody. And I was like, oh, this is really, really, really nice. And after we left the first time, everybody stayed connected. It wasn't like, oh, we're done, so we'll go to the other ends of the world and then we'll come back. It was like, hey, Debbie's doing this. Oh, hey, Sonya, Debbie's doing this. Hey, Simi's doing this. Hey, Tama's doing this. And everybody's sharing what everybody's doing. So I thought that was a beautiful thing, how when you meet, you even before you meet, you're helping each other out. But when you meet, that bond solidifies a little better. And the second one, with I think what was it, Miss Santos? I love that one. I didn't cry as much as I thought I would, but I thought it was just beautiful, the sunrise ceremony. And then the night before when we did the closing and the opening thing, and then I was like, okay, I'm some stuff happened and she helped explain it to me. But everybody there was just very easygoing, and the laughter that we had and the food that we had is my most memorable. It's the most memorable about it. Not necessarily the activities, but the people. Cause I was just like the laughter. I'm someone who enjoys it, and then to be around people who literally just sit around, laugh, joke, and have this camaraderie without any type of like competition. It's like you doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. I'll support you, you support me. But even if it's not my thing, I'll share it, because if it's not my thing, it could be somebody else's thing who's on my page, and they can follow you and they can be something beneficial for you. So I like that it helped me get more in touch with my creativity, my creative side for the divinely sacred vessels, and it actually helped me realized that some of the triggers I thought had diminished aren't weren't quite gone. They were layered, and I only got the top layer. So now I have to start working in to get all the rest of them peeled away. So I very much enjoyed it. I got insight on myself and just the connections. The women sitting around laughing, joking, and just enjoying being women and enjoying the company of women is what made this most memorable. I enjoyed the various activities, but it was the camaraderie and the connections and the laughter. And then I took pictures, a lot of pictures too. So it keeps it. Anytime I bring them up, I smile. So that was a great thing for me.
Wait, can I
Thank
pop in
you.
here? Can
So,
I
and
pop in
then,
real quick? Can I pop in real
Yeah.
quick?
yeah,
So
yes.
on my altar back there is my Inanna cup. That
Oh,
first, yeah, it sits on my altar. And for anybody who wants to know, this was what we were given. This was 2022, right? This is what was created for us. Yeah, I kept mine there right over there with my stuff, and this is 2023. So I'm looking forward to what's made for 2020. I love these keepsakes, by the way. I'm so glad that y'all decided to make them. So, and I got my books too, the little journal book and all that.
yeah,
So
Tanya.
I'll also second that because I use my Saraswati altar
Oh,
cup all the time. And the shot glasses, the just
I am
what
so
you
grateful.
created resonated
Go ahead.
with me on every level. So I take great appreciation in that and pride in my altar cup. And you definitely have a gift. And thank you also for what you did for the journals and just applying your creativity,
Tanya did the journal.
that speaks to all of our uniqueness. And to Sonya as well. To
Yes.
Yeah,
Sonya.
she did
So
the
her,
journals and I did the
yes,
cups.
because her, and
Go,
so
mom.
Go ahead,
thank you,
sis.
Latanya, thank you all for acknowledging Latanya. Thank y'all for that. And for acknowledging her because I try to encourage her to do things with the gift that she's been given. So for you, so Maisha showed y'all the shot glasses. Tanya, the first year also did an altar cup for everybody. There was a goddess, and I asked everybody, who is your goddess? And so they gave me the goddess, and Latanya did a cup for them and put it in there. And that was also aside from the shot glass. So we will have a gift bag. We always have a t-shirt. The first year we ended up with, you also got vibrators and things like that. There's going to be a lot of gifts. We're thinking about what to put in the gift bags now, so it can be another memorable occasion. Um, and so you'll get that. I think Bianca's on here, and I'm gonna let her speak because I definitely want to hear what she has to say. And I want to ask everybody and talk a little bit about something that's going to be happening also a little bit differently, but it's still going to be happening this year at the retreat. Go ahead, Bianca. Tanya, thank you again.
y'all got the shirt on.
Hey
Oh
y'all,
yeah, you got your shirt on. How about that?
yes, I got my shirt on. Oh my God. So I think for those who don't know or listening, I'll try to make this quick. I met Tressa at Jay's Sacred Sexuality Retreat. Didn't like her, thought she talked too much, but I knew there was a pull for me to be in her circle. So I was like, let me get my ass out my own
She did.
way and be in the circle. And the circle for me was just, it was just amazing, like just a bond. I think I've always wanted like more female, more women friends, but I didn't have that. I had the two younger brothers, and I told myself some stories about how women don't get along and blah 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 blah. I always had like that one or two best friends through high school, and at my point in my life and up until that time, because I think we went to the Jay's retreat in 2019. So and just I think developing a relationship with Tressa and the women in the circle, I knew that when she talked about I'm like, I'm there. Like, there's just no way I'm not going to be there. So, I mean, I think it was amazing because it was also the first time I met like all of the women in person, because except I think Simi, I met you after I had met you at Jay's third eye retreat, but it was everybody else I knew via online. So to actually connect in person was amazing. And the retreat itself was, man, it's such a deal, y'all. Like, what you pay, you get so much more. I mean, just the bonding. And y'all know me, every time I'm relaxing. There's plenty of pictures of me sleeping, so you get time to kind of do what you want, whatever that is for you. Yeah, I'm like knocked out. Hope I don't think I was like. Hopefully, I wasn't snoring and slobbing, but yeah, knocked out. Getting that rest in, getting the sisters bonding time in. Um, so every year. So yeah, so it's for me, it's a staple in my life. It's something that I will do every year, and the timing for me is good because it's like I'm coming up out of the summer and stuff at work, so it's a way to kind of like just really prepare for the new season, for the fall season. Um, and like I said, you get so much. You all you gotta do, you pay the fee and you get there. Once you get there, your food is taken care of, lodging is taken care of. You don't have to think about anything else. And to give an example, last year when it was postponed, and I didn't think I was going to be able to go because I still had to take my vacation time that April. So I went to Colorado in April, and oh my God, the amount of money I spent on nasty food, I was like, what? I was like, I had to get there. I had to pay for lodging. Then I had to pay for food that wasn't great. So, I mean, the scenery was just great. The rest was great. But in comparison to other vacations and what you do, ladies, this is a steal. You're gonna get so much. You get like the body work that we got, and then last year, like body work each year with Simi, and then also just the time with Maisha last year was just, oh my God, it was so therapeutic and so just amazing release. And with our shaman sister, oh my God, I didn't. Okay, yeah, I ain't gonna cry. I didn't know what to expect from that experience, but ah, it helped me get my voice back, and I didn't even realize how far it was gone. Like I was literally outside of my body, watching me not being able to speak. Like, but getting my voice back was just it was life changing, and it kind of was definitely, I feel like, what's the word, the catapult into the next uh era or session of healing and evolving. Um so yeah, it last year was amazing. I feel like each year it gets better. Semi definitely always brings it with the body work and the photo shoots. Oh my gosh, I think I exposed more last year than I thought I was going to. So so it was good. It's so much as it's such a confidence booster with even though you feel like, oh, I have great confidence, like there's always levels to the process. So it's like, ooh, okay, that's me on those pictures. So it's just an amazing experience. And you get to have that with other women that's there to support you wherever you are. You don't have to be at a certain plateau or everybody's at the same space. Like wherever you are, you get to have whatever that experience it is that your soul is crying out for. And that's just pretty amazing. And yeah, so y'all you're getting way more than what you're actually paying. So it's so worth it. I had to come in late last year, so I missed Tama, but I know she brought it, and the ladies were like really impacted. I mean, even the session that we had with M, oh my God, M went around the whole freaking room and just, like gave us so much more than what I thought I was going to get. So yeah, it's just incredible. I think when we open ourselves to friendships and to experiences, that it allows us to have such a deeper impact on the world, within ourselves. Like we really, it just helps us evolve, and it's needed, especially right now with, I think, with what so many people are going through in the world. Like and it helps you to be grounded in who you are and who you choose to be. So yeah, I have to get the gab, so I'm gonna stop y'all. But yeah, I will be there in October. So yeah, and it's totally worth it. Oh, and the gift bags are amazing. Oh my God. Those gift bags, I mean, like I said, you get so much more. Great food, the gift bags, like so much is in there, and just it's just life changing. So y'all gotta get there.
Tressa, I want to touch on something Bianca said.
Wow. Go ahead.
Tressa, I want to speak on. Thank
You
you.
go ahead.
I had to make sure you got that message first before I started talking.
Mhm.
But one of the things that
Yeah, yeah, go
Bianca,
ahead.
first of all, I love Bianca. I love everything about the energy that you bring, especially when, I mean, just being in a room with you. But you reminded me of witnessing the vulnerability and how that gave other women permission to be vulnerable too. And just being able to feel comfortable enough to
Mhm,
do that
mhm.
and just say what needs to be said. Just total transparency and being able to witness that in every woman. That I felt that so much. And you reminded me of that, being there and hearing the stories and hearing how the women were able to take from each other and expand and break the shell and break any prisons that they were in before they got there. And knowing that they are bigger than the vessel that they embody. So thank you for that. And the pictures. Let's not forget about the photo shoot, okay? First of all, that was a big deal.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
That the bourgeois photo shoot was a big deal. And the reason for that is because it gave us a chance to get back in touch with who we are. Mm. Who we are on just
Yes.
as sensual, sexual, magnetic beings. Just being able to, oh my goodness, just flourish in your comfortability, tapping into what the things that you remember about yourself that you shut off, knowing that you are beautiful. It didn't matter what your makeup looked like. It didn't matter what your hair looked like or what outfit you had on. This was your chance to express yourself however you saw fit. And that is what gave us confidence. It gave us confidence. It didn't matter, what people thought. It
Yeah.
didn't matter. It didn't even matter what it didn't even matter, some of the things that you held on about yourself, because through the process, you begin to break away from that so that you can loosen up and become comfortable and become confident in yourself. So I just wanted to share that. That was a big deal for me because I look back at those pictures, right? To go from facilitating other women through their healing. And then to go, okay, I'm sexy mama now. I'm the shit now. Okay. Let me show you what I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? And just know that you are never connected from that. So that is what I wanted to share. That was such a beautiful thing. And I'm glad that we're doing it again. And I'm glad that you're keeping it going.
Thank you. And thank you, Bianca, for sharing. And I'm like, Simi, thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for keep showing up. And not only for us and for other women, but mainly for yourself. And yeah, y'all. Now, who cannot like me? But Bianca did not like me. And it was so ironic initially because when I first came, you know what? No more hiding. Come up to the front. And so I was in the front. And she did. She thought I did. Like I at that particular time, I took up space in the room where I usually would just hide and hide and hide. I decided I wasn't gonna hide that year. And so Bianca didn't know what it took for me to be brave enough to speak up and show up for myself. But we both learned later. But she also learned that through her, what she thought was her dislike for me was really her her inability at that time, or her desire for the same thing that I had. And she not really understood. She didn't really understand at that time either that, girl, this was just me starting to show up. And so I feel like when we do this work and we keep showing up, we give other women permission to show up. And so like Bianca and I became like best friends. But we got to show up. And every woman, as she starts to come up and show up for herself at this retreat, like it's just these some amazing things. And so when they talked about the shaman, I want to talk about a couple more people gonna be there. But I also want to mention last year, you all missed it who were not there, because Maisha sung in this beautiful language. I'll leave it like that. And so all of these spiritual experiences happen. And so we had the shaman there, and she had prepped us the day before. And that morning, someone saw two white doves on the roof. And then there was this, what do you call it's not the woodpecker, but the other one, the hummingbird showed up. And so all this different medicine that we women are creating such a healing space for each other. Tama came in both years and read us like we were a book. To this day, Simi and different ones talk about stuff that Tama told them, and they remember. And so M came in. M Rain is going to be with us. She came. She's done it twice. She's never been present, but she'll be present this year. She came in, and last year she just took time. And we don't know what happened to the recording, and that's okay. Maybe it wasn't supposed to be recorded because something happened. But the whole point was we got what we needed. And that's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. We get what we need. We're going to have Erica Johnson, who is going to be doing the food, and Maylita Simmons. Erica's the head chef. Maylita will be helping her prepare for the women and all of us. We have the boudoir photo shooter. We have a new one. She's out of South Carolina this year. And she's going to be doing the photo shoot for us. One of the things that's going to be happening with that, there's going to be a soul documentary called The Daring LaBelle that's going to be coming out in 2025. And all of the women, it's going to be a documentary and it's about really seeing ourselves through the lens of the camera after we've experienced what soul was like. I've had so many testimonies of these women, which made me want to, okay, let's do this documentary, who were like, they were so different. They said when they saw themselves, it was such an awesome experience. Baby, when I was like this, when I saw that picture, I was like, oh my God, I felt like the warrior in me that I had not seen before, like shot out. And she was like, baby, you here, and you here to stay. And I've had, and I can tell this because one of the women in the first retreat who did her boudoir photo shoot, she came on the second retreat. She didn't attend, but she came to the fireside chat. And her testimony was this. She said, I had a mastectomy. And she said, when I got ready to take my picture, because some women took nude photos and some did not. And so she said, I thought, I wish I would have done this before my breast was removed. But her thing was, who said I cannot do it now? And it was because of her experience here that she had the epiphany. She don't have to keep putting off. Her body is not less of a woman. And so she took her photo shoot and with the photo shoot. And so the thing is just, it's a way of talking about some of our experiences. And so all the women who were in the previous two and who come this year. So we have a guy who will be on site. He will also be taking pictures and things that'll help us for next year, but also preparing us for the documentary. And any woman who's there, nobody has to participate. But if you want to and you're willing, you will be able to be part of this documentary. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. So just let's hold each other up because it's going to be a beautiful thing. Um, and trying to make sure, did I say everything? The cost of it is, the cost of this retreat. Oh, let me see. One more person. Asanya, do you want to speak briefly? Really brief? What your experience was like? And then I want to give the cost of it so I don't hold the women.
Okay. Well, my
I
experience,
can't
this is
hear you.
my mic is on. Um,
Shake your head, yes
I
or
don't
no,
know.
because you're not, I can't hear you.
We can hear you.
You can hear me or cannot?
We can hear you. Go ahead and
Now we can
talk. It
hear
might
you.
be Tressa's computer.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a
Thank you.
delay. Mhm.
Okay. So this is my second year. And I would have to say I felt more comfortable this year than last year. Um, I don't know if it was location. I don't know if it was just whole ambiance, but it felt more comfortable. I saw my pictures. I was very proud of them. I didn't post it until most recently because it was still a part of me, even though I did it with you guys. It's still a private part, and so actually putting it out and kind of realizing that that was me. It wasn't just the moment. So it's pretty interesting. I'm still thinking on that and just kind of processing it, but I enjoy it because, like you guys say, it's not competition. Everybody there that was there, it was kind of like a family in that moment where we got together. People were always willing and open to help. What can I do? How can I do? You can you? And it was just kind of like this sisterhood. I always enjoy one of my favorite parts about it, besides being able to chill without the kids, is the things with Simi because it always brings open something new about my body. Still don't follow through with it, but it definitely is a process in and of itself. So that is what it is. But I do have to tell you guys that my Isha sing at the night where she was just channeling, it was fucking just phenomenally phenomenal. Like I don't know what frequency she hit, but I felt it like to my core, and it was just like breathtakingly. Just I don't know, it's a feeling more than anything I can describe. But I don't know if I'm coming back this year, but I do not. I'm glad my mom advertised strongly the last 2 years so with me and I don't know, I feel more comfortable, if it makes any sense, and more safe, if it makes any sense, in my femininity because it's been one of the biggest things I've regretted since birth, being feminine, and that's just some whole childhood stuff. But being able to step back in
Okay.
it comfortably and being able to step back in it and understand it's not a weakness and it's nothing to be ashamed of or hide from, or if it attracts anything, that doesn't mean that is dangerous. So having the ability to start exploring that piece and what is it and what does it mean specifically to me, because I've only had external examples and tried to make them my own. Now I'm trying to figure out my own definition, and it doesn't mean a size 00, and it doesn't mean exercising every day. And I watch my Isha and I see all her pictures and how proud. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be her when I grow up because it's about this pride in your body, not shaping it to be anything it's supposed to be, but allowing it to be what it is and taking pride in whatever you have. So that's kind of what I've gotten over the past 2 years with the people that have come. They've also become mentors, and it's allowed me to track and to shape in a way that there's no set definition. And I give myself permission to set the definition, and they won't allow me not to set the definition. So, yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Yes. So I just love the fact that we're all learning to define ourselves for ourselves, what it feels like. What being feminine feels like, what our pleasure for each one of us, and it could be different for each one of us. But the thing is, we're getting the conversation started. We're talking about it more. We're creating a revolution, a pleasure revolution that, we're revolutionizing the way that women have been told that we should be and how we should show up. And we're learning to just show up. And so I am so grateful because we're at the hour. For everyone who showed up today, I just want to say that the cost of the retreat is $25.99 for everyone, and for the alumni is $23.99, and it is $4.99 for the deposit, but $100 is off today for those who place their deposit today. Did I miss anything, Simi or Tasha?
You didn't miss anything, but I did want to say I am looking forward to dropping it like it's hot, okay? Because I don't do that enough. So Tama, you got to be a little patient with me on this, because I remember having the conversation with Tressa, and she was like, "Well, yeah, we're thinking about some activities and stuff." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm not the one. I'm not the one who shouldn't be doing that. So you might have to ask somebody else." But dancing, that was also something that Maisha had us open up to, and we had so much fun. We really did. It gave us a chance to be carefree. And even with the singing, like what Sonia said, with the singing, I was like, wow, I don't know what she sang, I don't know what she said, why she said it, but where she sung it from and what it did to my body,
Yes.
hearing the music that came from her, I was like, wow, that was super fucking magical. Excuse my language. And I want to do that too. I want to be able
No,
to
it's
do that
okay.
too. And it's okay if I'm off note. And Tama, I might be a little bit offbeat. But we gonna do this. We're gonna do the damn thing. Okay. So I'm looking forward to laughing at
Yeah.
myself, laughing at everybody, and just having a good time, Tressa.
Yes, and I just got to be vulnerable because when Maisha had us dancing, I was like, I really felt fear. I felt so much fear because, and it's ironic because growing up, I wanted to be a dancer, a ballerina, no, a modern dancer. But that time has passed. But it wasn't the dancing as much as I'm going to be made fun of. And I can still always feel that's the first thing that rises up in my body. And I had to push myself. And she's like, who gonna jump in? I wasn't quite the last one because I realized if I was the last one, they really would see me. I was like, so I came a little bit more. But I have to be vulnerable because even though I'm giving it, I'm still learning that it's okay that I'm not gonna say it all the time right, get it all always right. And that type of in that. So with that being said, um I'm looking forward to so much fun. This year is going to be, it's just elevating. It was great the first 2 years. This year's the things that we're planning is just, it's just in elevation status. And so I invite all women who feel like you need this to come because you will not regret it. And I am aware that even as Bianca said, what you're getting here, the cost of it, you're getting way more when you just understand not only the time and the energy and all the things that's poured into it and all the gifts that you get. It's worth it. But most important, I think women, sometimes we start to look back and like, because we don't understand our value, how much we're worth it. And also the value to value, being that it's nothing wrong with the outer, but sometimes that's what we have the most value with. And so that's where we put all our money at. If we can begin to understand that this is a space that's going to cultivate not just what you look like as a woman, but cultivate who you are as a woman, that you can be expanded and that you can grow and that you can develop. And that is so much, is powerful. That's going to be a beauty and a power that you're going to wear every day, that's going to just take you places you've never thought, even within yourself. So I invite everyone who would like to attend, you're welcome to come. There will be a small vetting process, in the sense that you will have a chance to talk to myself or Simi. And after that, we really want you all to come and enjoy yourself, because that's what we all plan on doing. So with that being said, again, it's 11:06. I want to say thank you to everyone, to all the ladies who showed up, who attended last year, to all the ladies who and the facilitators, to all of you. Thank you for, being a part of my life. It is so much sweeter, so much better, because all of you are in it. And I am grateful that you even said yes to come on today for this fireside chat. And so with that, I'm complete. Tasha has been putting all the information in so anyone can find it when we're off as well. Yes, and y'all have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.
Talk to y'all later.
Bye, everyone.
I love all of y'all.